This is Michelle Cassiato of the Prince William County Budget Office, here to discuss the preparations for the fiscal 2012 budget. The fiscal 2012 budget will begin on July 1st, 2011. The board provides budget guidance to the county executive and the superintendent of schools, upon which they build their fiscal 12 budgets. In terms of a timeline, both the superintendent and the county exec will announce their budgets in February, and the budget is scheduled to be adopted on April 26th. By state law, it must be adopted no later than May 1st. During the recent economic recession, the county has taken a number of steps. On the revenue side of the budget, the board has provided tax cuts to Prince William County homeowners. The average tax bill is lower in fiscal 11 than it was in fiscal 7, and in fiscal 11 it's actually 10% lower than it was in fiscal 9. Our revenue projections are conservative and extremely accurate. The county organization has a culture of saving money. During better budget times, the Revenue Stabilization Reserve was created, which provided a small cushion of funding that has helped the county address the downturn over the past couple of years. The fire levy has been reduced, and the stormwater and solid waste fees have remained flat. This graph depicts the residential tax bills in Northern Virginia for the last 10 years. The brown line on the bottom of the graph represents Prince William County, and as you can see, Prince William County has the lowest residential tax bill in Northern Virginia. The average tax bill in fiscal 11 is $3,281. This is almost 29% lower than the average of the other jurisdictions in Northern Virginia. Prince William also has the lowest tax burden of the Northern Virginia localities. This would be the dollar value of the average tax bill divided by the median household income. So the tax burden in Prince William is 3.7% of the median household income, whereas in Fairfax it's 4.6%, in Arlington it's 4.9%, Loudoun is 4.0%, and Alexandria is 5.7%. On the expenditure side of the budget, the county has addressed the economic recession in a number of ways. $143 million has been cut from the 5-year budget. Every area of the county government has been cut. The administration overhead rate is 4%, which is extremely low. Bond projects that were included in the county's capital improvements plan were deferred in the 5-year plan. And employee salaries have been frozen for 2 years, which will save $75 million over the 5-year plan. In addition, the county adheres to the principles of sound financial management, and these policies have guided the board's decision-making over the past few years. The board does not automatically replace lost funding from federal, state, or outside sources. They never spend one-time funding on ongoing operations. One-time funding is used for one-time expenditures. A 5-year plan is adopted versus just a 1-year budget. That way, if an item is added into a particular budget year, you can see the effect of it over the whole 5 years of the plan. If it cannot be afforded throughout the entire 5 years, it is not put into the plan. Agencies do not automatically receive increases in their budgets to cover inflationary increases. The 5-year budget has had capacity in the past for capital projects and staffing plans. During the economic downturn, that has all been cut out of the 5-year budget. Nonetheless, during the economic downturn, the population of Prince William County has continued to grow, and it has grown particularly in the area of families. The population within the county has grown to over 400,000 people, which is a 6.2% increase over the past 5 years. Our student population, just over the past 3 years, has increased by almost 9%. Our student population in fiscal 11 is just under 80,000 students. Prince William County is the second largest school district in the Commonwealth of Virginia. If you compare the cost per capita, adjusted for inflation, between 1992 and 2011, you can see that the general fund budget is actually less per capita than it was in 1992. And if you look at positions on the county payroll, you can see that the number of positions per 1,000 population in 1992 was 10.74. Looking at it for fiscal 11, you can see that it's 8.74. We have fewer staff on hand now than the county had in 1992 compared to the population. That is reflected in this chart. We are working with only core staffing here in Prince William. Looking at the approved fiscal 11 budgets across Northern Virginia as well as Stafford, you can see that Prince William has 8.74 full-time equivalents per 1,000 population, compared to 10.97 in Fairfax, and so on till you get to Alexandria and Arlington at 17 and 18 FTEs per 1,000 population. As we prepare for the fiscal 12 budget, one of the first things that we look at are the revenue projections. This slide shows the first quarter revenue update for fiscal 11. The second quarter update will be issued sometime in January 2011. This indicates a small positive variance from the adopted budget, which is good news. Also, in preparing for the fiscal 12 budget, there are some items that have been identified as must-do needs for the county. One of them has to do with the 2010 census. The census has indicated that the population of Prince William has grown, and therefore there are additional districts that will be needed within Prince William County. Funding is provided here for that need. The board has an interjurisdictional agreement which funds the existence of Birmingham Green, a nursing home located in Manassas, Virginia, and that funding requirement will increase in fiscal 12. The board also has a staffing commitment for the high schools, and with a new high school coming online in September 2011, Patriot High School in Nokesville, staffing needs for the New Horizons program and police resource officer will be needed. In addition, there are utility and internal service increases which have been absorbed the last few years, which simply can be absorbed no longer. Additional funding is needed to cover the increases of various utilities and gas. The total of our must-do needs is $2.1 million. In December, the board was presented with the proposed 2012-2017 capital improvement plan. And one of the things that the board was informed was that these voter-approved bond projects do have an expiration date. And if they were not included in the fiscal 12 to fiscal 17 plan, then it would be necessary in fiscal 16 to go back to the voters for additional authorization for these projects. This $310 million in bonds not yet issued include roads, parks, and libraries. The dual AAA bond ratings that the county possesses means that there is a lower cost to sell the bonds. Construction costs are also favorable. We are seeing lower project bids across the county. There is no better time than now to invest in infrastructure. The board has also been advised of a number of operating issues. Development services would require some additional funding in order to maintain existing service levels. Social services has seen a significant increase in workload due to the economy and people being out of work. The sheriff has experienced additional expenses relating to the transport of mental health patients. Neither the police nor the fire and rescue staffing plans have been restored into the 5-year plan. And we are still assessing the impact of the proposed state cuts. As we come out of the recession, it is important to note that Prince William faced the recession better than others. The unemployment rate in August 2010 was 5.6%, which is much lower than both the state and the national unemployment figures. Prince William was ranked in the top 25 in the country for new job growth over the last 10 years. Salaries in the region have gone up by 18.2% over the last 5 years. The AAA bond ratings mean that we can borrow money at less expense. And while the foreclosure crisis was difficult, the good news is that the number of foreclosures is significantly reduced, and the people who are buying those homes are families who are investing in Prince William County. In December 2010, the Board of County Supervisors directed the county executive to prepare a proposed budget for fiscal 12 in accordance with the approved 5-year plan, and that includes a modest revenue increase of 3%. They also directed that those increased property revenues would be placed in the capital improvement plan so that the remaining 2006 bond projects for roads and libraries can be started. Both the county executive and the superintendent of schools will propose their budgets in February. The Planning Commission will hold a public hearing on February 16th to hear public comment on the capital improvement plan. The board will authorize their advertised tax rate by March 1st. There will be several budget work sessions and public hearings throughout the months of March and April. These will all be advertised and open to the public. And the budget is scheduled to be adopted on April 26th. If you have any questions regarding this presentation or the Prince William County budget process, please contact the Budget Office at 703-792-6720. You can also reach us by email at budget@pwcgov.org. Thank you.